You'll find out in a little bit that I actually did really enjoy this movie, but I gotta briefly talk here about this poster. Now, I'm a superhero fan, I love superhero films, and I'll be honest, I love me some superhero posters, even though they're all the floating head type posters and they're all generically the same. I get that. But this poster for this movie is one of the worst posters I have ever seen before. There are different lighting choices for every single actor's PNG, and it looks like they were all taken out of screenshots, photoshopped a little bit, and then copy and pasted on top of like a fiery explosion. I feel like I could have been able to do this like 20 years ago in my sleep. I had a really fun time with this movie, but this poster and this marketing department is, they took a back seat on this one. The Lost City, released in 2022 and is directed by Aaron and Adam Nee, who have also been behind such projects like Band of Robbers, Clark Kent Has a Dream, The Lost Romantic, and the soon-to-be-released, maybe, possibly, who knows, Master of the Universe. And this movie is starring Sandra Bullock, who has to be a living vampire because she looks the exact same in this movie as she did in 1994's Speed. What the hell? Channing Tatum, Divine Joy Randolph, Daniel Radcliffe, and a special cameo by Brad Pitt. He's here for like 4 minutes and then he's gone. But he is spectacular in those 4 minutes. Loretta Sage is a depressed middle-aged romance novelist that feels that she has run out of any more good ideas for novels. However, her most recent book has caught the attention of Abigail Fairfax, played by Daniel Radcliffe, because the characters in the book were translating some native Sanskrit of an island that he purchased. So Fairfax kidnaps Loretta and tries to persuade her to translate some hieroglyphics that he believes will lead the way to him finding a buried treasure. But trying to save the day comes in Alan Caperson and Loretta's manager Beth, and they enlist the help of ex-CIA extraction specialist person Jack Trainer, played by Brad Pitt. And the movie becomes a rescue mission, but also a treasure hunt movie in the middle of the jungle. I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting much from this movie. I saw posters, I saw trailers, and it just looked like, oh, this is a chance to kind of revitalize Sandra Bullock again in this action-adventure genre that we haven't seen her in recently. And it's also another attempt of getting Channing Tatum out there in front of the world. And then plus, we also got Uncharted earlier this year, so I've already been through a treasure hunt, big budget CGI kind of story, up in the air story, kind of forgotten about type movie. And I was expecting that, but what I got was actually a pretty damn good fun-ass time. I think I even said it out loud like 15 minutes into this movie, like, why am I liking this movie so much? I came in here expecting to hate this movie, and here I am with a smile on my face, and I am intrigued. And oh my god, there's Harry Potter, and he's a riot? Definitely the best part of this movie is Daniel Radcliffe. In any type of treasure hunt movie, you need to have the big, rich villain antagonist person who wants the treasure, who wants the thing, but has all of the money behind him so that he can have an army to go out and get it, while our heroes are the poor, scrappy people that are just doing it, from the bare bones, but they know all the research and they know all the languages. Daniel Radcliffe is definitely that, but he's more of a whiny child. He's doing this to prove to everyone, in particular his father, who just gave his entire, company and global empire to Daniel Radcliffe's younger brother. So he's like, well, I'm gonna go after the crown of flaming red diamonds, whatever it was called. I'm so sorry. But Radcliffe is great. He's trying to be bigger than what he actually is, and that's where a lot of the humor comes from. You can tell that his character is trying to portray that too to Loretta and anyone who would listen to him. I'm big because I have money, I have fancy suits, and I know the research too. I know what I'm talking about, and I have the drive to go out and get this. But he's also a whiny little baby, and it's hilarious. Our introduction to him after they kidnap Loretta from a book tour conference thing. They're bringing her in, and his first line is like, guys, no, I told you not to make it creepy. Why'd you make it creepy? Right from the start, after that line, I'm like, okay, I'm in. I like this character. And I like seeing Radcliffe play something, of course, other than Harry Potter. Yes, he has done other things, but everyone, that's like the first thing you associate him with. Sandra Bullock is always a delight in every single movie that she's in. Like, everyone loves her. you have to love her in everything that she does. So here she is, and it's no exception. You just have to love her in this movie because she's charming. You actually feel for her too because her character is going through depression after losing her husband and just kind of losing the drive to write and to do anything, really. And I'm not the biggest Channing Tatum fan. Yes, he was good in the 22 Jump Street films, but other than that, really, I see him kind of just as, you know, a muscle head and doesn't really do it for me. But his character actually has a moment where he confronts Loretta actually about that same thing. You look at him and you think one thing when in fact, hey, here's my backstory and here's what I actually had to do and here's why I do things like modeling and here's why I do things like pose for the camera and I just look good and I'm not acting the part. I like that. It was a nice meta moment for me watching this movie. In terms of the action and the adventure, this is... I mean, it's nothing different than any treasure hunting movie that you've seen before. And actually, this movie is a perfect combination of Indiana Jones the Librarian and Romancing the Stone. In particular, Romancing the Stone. If you combine all of those, that's this movie. And they look at a lot of the standard tropes that you get from an adventure movie like this. In fact, the movie opens up and our two heroes are in this pit and there are snakes all around them. And then they start asking questions like, how are these snakes here? How are they still alive? What have they been eating? Which you have to think about Raiders of the Lost Ark. Like, how were all those snakes down there for so long? Yes, they can hibernate, of course, but for tens of thousands of years? This movie's only purpose that it serves is supposed to be a fun, wild adventure ride, and that's exactly what it is here. We have a nice little bow that is put on top of everything at the end. Deus Ex Machina like crazy, everything gets wrapped up, all of the heroes get all their good stuff, but it's actually a pretty beautiful and sweet ending once they find the treasure and what that represents and their situation that they're in. I'm just so shocked. I actually enjoyed and really loved this movie. Is it the best treasure hunting movie that I've ever seen? No, absolutely not. But like I said, it's just a ton of fun and I have to recommend it to people. I'm gonna give The Lost City 3.5 out of 5 Blu-rays.
I am above average.
Alright everyone, now comes my favorite part of my videos where I pick which movie I'm going to be watching next, and the next one comes as a PayPal recommendation and donation from one of my subscribers and contributors on this channel. This is the first time that he's donated. Mighty Mo, you recommended the movie, the very popular movie nowadays, Encanto. Movie that everyone's talking about and everyone sings about. Oh god. I did watch this movie recently and I saw Mighty Mo, you commented about it on a previous video of mine. That's what caused you to make the PayPal donation to recommend this. So I'm excited to actually get to talk about it because I have a lot of feelings about this movie. There are some good things about it, but I think there was a lot of wasted potential in this movie, but we'll talk about it next time. So guys, if you've seen The Lost City, what did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across it because of this video, then comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell. See you on the next time I release my next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time with my review of Encanto. So in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.